Okay, let's talk about when the scooter starts acting kind of funny with the acceleration and the trigger. You hit this trigger a little bit and the acceleration is just not smooth. It starts making a louder noise than usual, like a louder whirring, and you don't get that very smooth initial acceleration. It kind of skips for a few millimeters and then jumps right in to power, and then from there it just accelerates. So you can't hold it at a steady acceleration at all. So why does that happen, you might ask? Well, that's because somewhere in here, in the hub and the wiring, I think one of the Hall sensors got loose or knocked off, because I personally ride over a lot of roots. Sometimes I'll just power over a root garden, and it's probably the worst thing you could do for this thing, because as you can see, it's just not meant to handle big roots with 10-inch tires. So it just takes the most violent rattling, beating you could possibly imagine, and that's gonna knock everything loose and rattle itself to pieces. So what I'm gonna do now is show you the problem and then take the tire off. Listen. So this is the problem at the moment. And then it's very hard to keep steady when there's weight on it, and then yeah, just like reversed itself. It's not getting the sensitive information from those Hall sensors. The power's still there, I can tell. I didn't get any power losses, but what it needs to read for like initial acceleration and all the little stuff it reads through the Hall sensors is kind of getting screwed up right now, so that's what we're gonna fix. Two-wheel drive is fine. The front tire has had really no problems. It's all the back tire only. See that? It's too sticky. It's supposed to be subtle. A nice, subtle, smooth, slow acceleration, not just a jump. It just kicks right in like that, so that's not good. It's probably about 1/4 of an inch until it turns on. Let's fix it. Okay, as you can see, I think that's our problem once again. It's the one I soldered last time because this happened like a week ago, but I didn't make a video. All these other ones are solid and can take a beating and have survived the beating fest, but this black one needs to be redone. And I used hot glue here, as you can see, but it's not helping. So we're gonna take the hot glue off, clean this wire up, clean this joint up, and then resolder it and hope to get a soldered joint looking like these. That's the only way it's gonna hold. All right, let me get that cleaned up. Okay, we're well on our way here. We got the soldering iron warming up. We got the glue off the connector there. Now we're gonna remove the solder with the solder sucker. Okay, it's soldered. It's pretty strong. I don't get any movement at all. It's not the cleanest, but I did a few solder drips with some nice flux, and hopefully it'll last some vibrations, but we know what we need to fix in the future if it happens again, don't we? So let me put it back together and be done, test it out. Now, the proper way to put the hub back on, once again, start pattern. You start here, skip one, put one here, skip one, put one here. And do the same there, don't tighten them all the way, and then tighten the first 3 down, nice and tight, make sure you get a nice spin, and then finish with the last 3. Now, when I tighten them down, I tighten them almost all the way. I get them to right before it starts getting very tight, and then just kind of back it out and just keep it right there. Now I fully tightened down the 3 screws that I put in there in the triangle pattern. I haven't put in any other screws in it. I'm testing this to make sure it spins freely and easily, because you want these screws pulling the hub together and keeping it balanced, because it's 2 magnets in there just with nothing, with just space. So it's critical that these keep the whole hub balanced. All right. Now I'll put the other screws in and tighten them down too and check all of them. Okay, let's test it. It's all done. See what happens and when. Doesn't feel right, but I'm gonna have to ride it to really test it. See, the front's nice and chill. That's how this one's supposed to be, but this one's just like, nope, I'm going super fast, F off. So we still got a problem. Yeah, that's wrong. Same problem, we didn't fix anything. So I cleaned it up and soldered for my second attempt. Hopefully it's a little cleaner. Really not sure what's gonna happen. If this doesn't work, then it's probably a problem in the wires somewhere, either at the connectors or elsewhere. Could be the wires over here and those connectors. A lot of places where there could be something loose. We'll see. I'm hoping the problem is simple right there, so find out. All right, the same test. Let's see when it kicks in. Oh yeah, and I can get it nice and slow. Watch. It's hard to do with my left hand, but see how slow I can get it going? That's what I couldn't do before. I couldn't get a nice slow rotation like that. See, when it kicks in with far less power. Once you're going very slow, you can just kind of control it, slow it down. Really slow, and then pick it back up and crank it. So that did work. It was my solder connection. It was dirty. I had to clean off the little plate there. There was like a little metal plate that the wire had to connect onto, and I just used a lot of flux with one pass and got it on, got it solid. It's stuck, and I'm gonna leave it like that for now. It matches the others. I don't feel that good about it, but it works, and we'll see how much of a beating it'll take. But when it does it again, at least I know where the weak point is. That's all we're looking to do. Really hot. Yep, sweating my butt off doing this fixing. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful slow rotation front and back. That's what we're talking about. And we're tight, we're good, we're back to normal. All right, a little bit of rubbing there, I'll take care of that later. But for now, that's it. Been yours truly, how to fix that little weird problem with the accelerator. So when the hall sensors stop working for you, you now know what to do. Get into that MFer and fix that biatch. All right, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there and have fun. Okay, everything's back to normal. See, I can get nice, slow acceleration, 1 mile an hour. Couldn't do that before. It would just jump in. Look at this, I can creep along so slowly as they fly ahead. I could not do that before because of that hall sensor, the black one. It has something to do with the sensitivity here of the initial acceleration and initial voltage, and it controls the steady throughput of voltage, so it doesn't really jump up the curve there where it would just constantly accelerate no matter where I kept the trigger. That's it for now, we're done. Say bye to the dogs, say bye to me, and say bye to the Roadrunner D4 Plus 4.0, because right now, everything's great. All the problems are fixed. We're psyched. That's all she wrote. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out. This is the best part of the whole thing. Cruise control, 1 mile an hour. You can see how slow I'm going here. No trigger. You can just cruise. Some of the dogs are chasing bunnies like crazy or whatever. Got to keep your balance when you look backwards, because it's not easy looking backwards while you go this slow. That's why cruise control is awesome. Literally going probably less than 1 mile an hour. We have to, because they just want to run around and go crazy. So yes, yay for cruise control. It's great. Use it when you need, but if you're going up a hill, know that the cruise control is going to be going on. Know it, and double click the trigger, hit the brakes to turn the cruise control off before you get to the top of the hill. That's the only way to control yourself when you get to a top of the hill, when you've been on the trigger for like more than 5 seconds, which happens almost every hill that's a little longer. All right, that's it.